This is Penny. This is my Health in Bite Size. And continuing on our series on the food that Jesus ate. Now, somebody asked me quickly lang, why are you coming up with this series? Kasi in the face of so much choices in terms of food and the variety that we have nowadays, bakit why do we need to know what Jesus ate? Medyo limited ng time niya, biblical times, compared to what we have today. It's true. I agree. Pero, why I'm doing this is because we need to have a standard. A standard to which we will, measure everything against. Para meron tayo, like halimbawa, eto lang ako. So if there's anything below or above that, it's a no, diba? Kasi we need to know that. Otherwise, sabi nga, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything, diba? So whatever is offered to you is a good one, kahit hindi naman pala, diba? So it may be, kasi your standard, you have to be able to trust it, you have to be able to have tested it, you have to be able to, at least hindi, maybe not personally, but you are aware that it is good based on what has been proven. And a standard, Jesus as a standard is, of course, there's no other, diba? So there. Now, after discussing so many of the foods that other variety of foods that Jesus ate, like egg, honey, and curds, and what are the other stuff that we did? Fruits and veggies. Now we're going to touch on the meat. Yung mga the protein sources of Jesus. Now, first of all, he ate fish. And according to the meats, so we will be discussing fish and the meats, the other meats. Fish, saan yan makikita? Dito sa Matthew 7 verse 10, sabi niya, or if they ask for fish, will you give them snake? Is referring to the fathers of the earthly fathers. If a child of a father asks for fish, will you give them snake? So it means to say that Jesus actually ate fish. You know, he ate fish before his resurrection and after his resurrection, which is a good thing. Diba? Good thing to know. Talagang consistent siya. Now, diba, remember the miracle of the 5 loaves and 2 fish? So, yun yung minultiply niya. So, and then, during the time when he appeared after his resurrection to the fisherman also. And this is found in John 21 verses 9 and 13. Nakalagay dito, when they got there, they found breakfast kasi Jesus resurrected already, and he appeared to the disciples. And the disciples went back to fishing actually. Pero during that time, because Jesus wanted them to fish for not fish, but men. So he called them ashore, and guess what? Sabi dito, when they got there, they found breakfast waiting for them. Fish cooking over charcoal fire, and some bread. Then Jesus served them the bread and the fish. So meaning talagang he did eat fish. Now, some notes lang, during the Old Testament, nakalagay doon, the fish that's allowed to be eaten are those with scales and fins. Why is that? Even now, it is still advisable. Why? Because the scales of the fish protect the meat of the fish from being contaminated easily by the dirt and the toxins that are in the water. Yung mga fish kasi na walang scales, walang kaliskis, mabilis pumasok yung mga toxins in the water, especially today. Yung mga heavy metals and every chemical that's in the sea right now. Yun mabilis pumasok pag walang kaliskis. Kaya definitely mas matibay against that yung mga isda na may kaliskis or scales. Now, another thing about that, yung heavy metal din, 'di ba? And yun. And then yung mga fish naman, of course, na nasa lata. Yun parang syempre nilagay na yan sa oil. They're still fish pero still in oil. One note on that, canned fish na naka-soak in oil, just choose the ones soaked in olive oil and not the ones soaked in corn oil or any other kind of oil. Kasi at least olive is cleaner than the other vegetable oil. Okay? And then, he also had game. The other kinds of meat that he had was game, fowl, fish, beef, veal. In 1 Kings 4, verse 22 to 23, the daily food requirements for Solomon, Solomon's palace were yung bushels of choice flour and meal, yung kumbaga yung veggies. Pero, and then also 10 oxen from fattening pens, 20 pasture-fed cattle, 100 sheep or goats, as well as deer, gazelles, roe deer, and choice of poultry. O, diba? Yun. Ang mga kinain, or not necessarily probably Jesus, but I think Jesus ate beef or goat also, and sheep. Yun yung... Now, what is game meat? According to my research, game meat, may tatlong klase. Number 1 is winged game, which is yung pheasant, squab, quail, and then guinea fowl, partridge, duck, and turkey. And then, meron ding ground game, nakikita sa ground, diba? Rabbit, hare, squirrel, diba? Yung mga ganun. And the big game, yung malalaki, yung bison, venison, or antelope, or deer, elk, water buffalo, yung kalabaw, and goat, and wild boar. Yun yung game meat. Now, may question about pork. Here, diba, did Jesus eat pork? Actually, in the Old Testament, nakalagay dito na at the very least we can say that Jesus probably ate very little of meat because it was a more expensive commodity during his time. Kahit naman ngayon, di ba? Now, chicken and red meat such as lamb, goat, and cows, if slaughtered properly, could be consumed in the Jewish law. But we're talking about Jesus. So, initially, di ba, yung pig, mga baboy, declared as unclean food. Pero, ayan, in the New Testament, which is found in Mark 7, verses 18 and 19, Jesus declared all foods to be clean. Sabi nga niya, there is nothing outside of the man which can defile him if it goes into him. Hindi yung nasa labas ang nakakadumi raw sa tao, but the things which proceed out of the man are what defile the man. Yung nanggagaling sa heart. Yun yung nagiging cause ng sin, 'di ba? Yun yung sa New Testament na. Pero during another account says that Jesus never let pork, shellfish, or any unclean meat pass between his lips. So, nung time niya talagang hindi. Yung pork talaga was never eaten. And dapat prepared pa in a special way. Kosher dapat, no blood. Tapos, shellfish naman, if you can like pass it for meat, shellfish, shrimp, yung mga nakikita sa dagat na iba other than fish, they are considered as unclean, especially shrimp or mga tahong, kasi these are cleaners, mga oysters, doon nagkikling sa kanila yung mga dumi sa dagat, diba? So, now, if we prepare it well, we can eat it na. Kasi sabi nga, and especially if we pray, diba, that it will be purified, diba, so that it can be safe for our consumption. And finally, a final word on what's the rave about today, about meat, which is fake meat or veggie meat. Diba, yan yung medyo pinopromote ngayon ng mga advocates of prevention or how to handle the global warming. Wag na raw yung cattle and wag mag-veggie meat na lang daw. And what is veggie meat? Veggie meat is an imitation of the meat using vegetables. And what are these vegetables? Mostly, ito ay according to Soil Health Academy, which is ang study nila is the unintended consequences of fake meat. Ito ay usually what is called clean protein, sabi nila, kasi hindi galing sa meat talaga. Soy, actually sourced from soy. Pero, ang nakakatakot doon is highly processed na ito. So, sabi nga dito, make no mistake about it, the fake meats that are currently on the market are mostly highly processed products and bear little to no resemblance to a real whole food. So still, wag ka na mag-fake meat, yung mga lumalabas ngayon na veggie patty, veggie hot dogs or something like that. Wag na lang. 'Di ba? And also some of the deli meats, medyo if you can steer clear, or if you can like gawa ka na lang sa bahay mo ng tapa, tocino, or longganisa, better. Kasi the ones that we can buy in the supermarket are really so much laced with preservatives and a lot of chemicals that allow it to be stored in the grocery fridge for a long time. Usually, clean food talaga, they don't last beyond 2 hours. Kaya nga may refrigerator na tayo ngayon, diba? So, pero if best talaga is when you eat your meat closest to the date when it was slaughtered. Yun naman talaga, or it was served to us, like kahit sa supermarket siguro, pwede na rin. Pero if you can, eat it, consume it as soon as you can, it's the best. Okay, so another thing, issues about some of the dangers of the meats today in the supermarket, yung meat glue, yung mga scraps of meat na kung saan parte ng animal nakuha, dinidikit nila with meat glue. So mahirap din di ba? So yun. And also most of the meats that we have today are, of course, the cows and the chickens and even the pork, they are injected with antibiotics, which if you don't want antibiotic, you're getting it as well. So that's the danger, diba? If you don't want to be taking antibiotics or any growth hormone, you are unknowingly taking them because of the meats that are available. Kaya nga kung pwede, again, kaya lang medyo mahirap nga siyang kuhanin, yung grass-fed or free range na mga chickens, or talagang grass-fed na cows, or talagang, kasi mga pinapakain sa kanila ngayon are really peppered with a lot of chemicals that are not supposed to be eaten by them. So because they are grown large scale, 'di ba? For lahat ng mass production. So that's the danger there. Okay? So, well, don't be mad at me because ano pa kakainin namin? Still we can eat, 'di ba? Still we can eat. We just have to be more conscious about the things that are coming out in the being advertised today. So just still be careful, choose well whatever meat you're taking, and clean them well. So, and cook them well, 'di ba? Kaya nga hindi, I don't know, some prefer the rare way of rare, 'di ba? May blood pa yung meat. Pero it's really your choice. I'm just giving you information so that you can make better choices for your own health and your family's health. So, okay, our next stop will be bread and oils. Yun. I'd like to spend dedicated time for bread and dedicated time for the oils, kasi this is very, very interesting and so different from the time of Jesus and from what we have today, the oils and the breads that we have today. Okay, that's coming up in the coming days as well. So stay healthy, choose well, and be informed, because informed choices are the best. Okay, see ya!